Obviously, I want to address the Israel situation. As far as I understand, discussions went well yesterday, and Raylene and Andrew sent Israel back to really reflect on those discussions. And for me, the opportunity in this situation as a head coach is looking at how we can further educate our players around using social media as a platform. And it's something as an organisation, and taking our responsibility seriously around stepping up and making sure that we're doing a good job and ensuring that our players conduct themselves well and be very mindful in how their tweets and comments potentially can be perceived by those in the public.
It's a bit of an eye-opener, really, isn't it?
Well, it's obviously new ground for everyone around the new age and how that's pervasive in our society. And I think as an organisation, while we do educate our players every year around that usage, it's a real opportunity for us to really step that up and use this situation as a teaching tool.
Have you spoken with Izzy, and exactly what sort of conversations did you have with him?
Yeah, obviously very similar to what Andrew and Raylene have conducted with him, and that we're a respectful, inclusive organisation, and I don't think Israel meant to cause any offence to anyone in the public.
Obviously, in a team, there are clearly guys who don't believe what Israel does. I mean, is there, cause for division, or how does that affect a team?
I guess,
story like this?
In any team, you're going to have a range of different beliefs on a number of different issues. The great thing about society is we're all not going to agree on different issues. What we do agree on is the respect to hold a particular belief or view and that freedom of expression. What we have to be mindful of is that when we comment in public, how that may be perceived, or the ramifications of any comment. And I think that's the opportunity for us as a team and as a society to be mindful of.
Has it been addressed within the playing group? Have you guys sat down, had a meeting about it?
Yeah, that's right. I think it is an opportunity going forward, something that we're going to address with the team in the future.
Are you concerned at all might impact on sort of your chance of keeping Israel and Waratahs?
Well, I guess that's something for the future, but at the moment, our focus has been on rugby, and the team we've been moving well forward, and that's what we're going to keep doing. Team selection?
Yeah, sure.
Gibson, nice to have him back on the bench.
Who's that? Nick. Yeah, obviously it's been firstly being able to name an unchanged lineup as a reward to the guys who've been performing for us. We've had 6 games, 4 of those have been on the road, and this is only our 3rd game at home, so it's nice to be back home, particularly in such a prestigious game. Having the opportunity for the guys to play on the cricket ground, first time since 1983, that's very exciting, and it's great to be a part of. I'm looking forward to it. And then also to welcome Nick back. It's been a long, hard road for him. He's had 6 to 8 weeks of nearly being there. He's finally passed fit. He's had a good trot last week with Sydney Uni, and I think he's ready.
You mentioned it is kind of home, but not really home. How different is it playing at the SCG? Well,
it's going to be new for everyone. Once you get over the fact that it's a different ground, I think it's still a rectangle, and we're looking forward to what will be a very physical encounter.
Don't feel as though you're giving away the home ground advantage at all?
Not at all. I think it's a ground in Sydney and one very close to our home ground. So I think historically it's a fantastic ground venue.
We haven't had a chance to chat a lot since the Sun-Lewis game. What were the big takeaways there, and any work-ons that you needed to tweak?
Obviously we're defensively we're still conceding far too many tries, particularly putting a lot of pressure on ourselves through our own poor ball control at times, and that's something we've talked about a lot. We always knew that Sunwolves was going to be a difficult proposition, and the fact that they have got an excellent attack, they play with a lot of variation and without risk, and that causes problems. So that's been a lot of our focus this week. As I said earlier, we're steeling ourselves for what's going to be a very physical encounter. We see both teams really trying to transform themselves into really competitive teams, and that's what we're expecting this weekend.
How wary do you get of a red side that's obviously been thumped by the Brumbies recently, coached by Brad Thorne? What are you expecting?
Yeah, I don't read too much into that result against the Brumbies. I think at 65 minutes it was still very tight, 24-21. And it was only late that the Brumbies jumped out, so we're sort of under no illusions that how difficult this game's going to be.
And it'll be the fourth Aussie conference side in a row that you could knock off as well. That would be nice to do. I mean, consistency over the last couple of years hasn't been the team's forte. How nice would that be to keep that rolling?
Yeah, obviously, we haven't spoken about that, but we're treating each game as they come. And we know this is against one of our traditional rivals, and there's no real added motivation needed for this week. And it's a game that the boys are really excited to get the opportunity to play in.
You joke that Tom Kelly, you'd hope you'd get more than 40 out of him. You did against the Sunwolves in that 200 metres. He was quite phenomenal. What kind of vein of form do you think he's in at the moment?
Yeah, he's going great. Probably the best thing is he got that 80 minutes out. I think he'll be better for it. At the moment, every time he touches the ball, something's happening. He's breaking tackles, beating defenders, and that's the kind of form that we're going to need from him if we're going to keep progressing. So I'm thrilled for him. He's had some setbacks. Excluded him for the large part of pre-season. He got his weight under control, and he's starting to reap the benefits of that.